Yes.
What's going on, Luke?
It's another sunny day here in Florida.
Yeah. What the heck happened?
The weather's starting to change.
It's hot here in Michigan too.
Really? Even this time of year? My brother, he lives in Grand Rapids. It's on the other side of the state from you. Hi, Jeff. I'm Luke.
Hey, Luke, how are you? Good to see you again.
I don't think we've ever met. Nice to meet you.
We met through Zach Alpern.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Zach's great.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a while ago, I think. What?
That's right. Yeah, I grew up with Zach, so
oh,
kind of
okay.
biased. Yeah.
How are things going in the SAP space?
Great. Yeah, we're moving right along. It's been great.
Rolling in good.
Yep. It's great first 45 days. Couldn't be happier.
Great.
There's the big guy. Hey, Zach.
One second, guys.
You're in Chicago, right, Jeff?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
That's where you were? Okay.
Yep. The suburbs, technically. You can't say I'm in the city. They'll just be uncivilized.
Dom, are you traveling?
No, I'm working from home in this stupid. I have no idea what's going on with the camera.
You sound like my candidates. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see if this one works.
Yeah, I spoke to a manager the other day, had just a introductory call, and his camera mysteriously didn't work either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, this is not a good. I was thinking, it's like, should I just bail on the call? It's like, really, we're not going to do this face to face?
I know.
It's like, well, I get it. Maybe something. Anyway, I was like, here we go.
I still take them. Okay, that might work. There we go. All right. What's up, Tech? Start with you.
Yeah. Well, I got Jeff on the call. Jeff's my new team member. So he's based in Chicago. He's doing a lot of BD work. His background, I'll let him kind of do a quick intro, but his background's like enterprise rec tech space, and But yeah, Jeff, give a quick intro to the group.
Yeah, sure. So, hey, everyone, Jeff Weber out of Chicago. It's the proud father of 3 girls. I've been in the HR recruiting tech space for quite some time. Started with Career Builder and then moved over to Oracle, SAP, DICE, and now joining Mr. Alpern with Bloomforce. So thanks for having me and excited to be here.
Awesome, Jeff. So you've been on the business development side. What's worked for you? This is what this call is about. What's been working for you throughout the years? I'm fortunate enough to interview and talk to a lot of enterprise sales reps, so I get to hear it daily. But a lot of people on these calls, they don't get to see that daily, right? They don't recruit top sales people all day.
It's a lot of preparation, a lot of reading, right? Understanding your value proposition, understanding who your buyers are, understanding what they care about, really researching the organization before you reach out, who you have connections with, who you can name drop, and really just mapping out the decision makers and aligning your products and services with the company's macro vision, so they understand that you know who they are, what their mission is, and if you can do that and get into 5 or 6 deals at a time, you're gonna hit your number.
Agreed.
Phone calls, I think, is what is the only thing getting people right now, though, from a tactical standpoint.
And a lot of phone calls. I make a lot of phone calls.
Yeah, me too. When I need to, right? But like, here's an example. Let me pull it up. So I don't know if Zach told you, but not only do we do recruiting, but we set up go-to-market RevOps playbooks for companies now. Just with all the AI stuff that I know, that I got into this, and it's incredible. We are making a lot of moves happen for a lot of companies and helping them on their sales side. But going back to kind of what we talked about 2 weeks ago, Andy, here's a perfect example of when you become the domain authority figure in your space, people start reaching out to you. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this guy reached out to him in 2023. He reaches out to me. Good afternoon, Dominic. Would you have time to connect on a hiring need we have here at Zipline Logistics? Well, that all stemmed from one of the LinkedIn posts that I had about hiring sales talent and that streamlined process.
Wow.
And then what we're doing for, let's say this is a big logistics company. They operate in 34 markets. So we did the go-to-market research for them. We're setting up their Clay tables, their go-to-market strategy, but knowing for their sales team to know, enrich their CRM, we're setting up signals, intent data, triggers, and putting it all together like this, like based on the total addressable market, the service addressable market. You know, here's our top priority based on the research that we conducted. Here's the key titles that we'll be reaching out to. Oh, I'm not sharing this tab, sorry. Here's the key titles we'll be reaching out to. In each one of these, now we'll custom. So now what we'll do from here is we'll spin up play tables. Let me pull that up. And this is almost better than recruiting, to be honest with you, because once you set it up, so I usually do it on their Clay, but I'll show you one of mine. So what we did here is one of the executives I work with, he oversees a portfolio of 75 companies. And one of the companies that they sell storage racking systems. So what he wanted us to do was pull the top 20 tier 1 and OEMs that have facilities specifically here in Metro Detroit. So he gave us the kind of titles he was looking for. We sanitized the list down by bringing in our open API key to analyze the profiles to see if that is potentially that decision maker at that facility. Then from there, which is our API key right here, then from there, we will validate it, and then we tag them, and then we can throw that into, now we can start testing our messaging going out multi-channel via LinkedIn, email, and then as well as picking up the phone and calling. But we're also setting up this for the companies too. But I do this, I've been doing this stuff for myself too, for a long time.
Dominic, is this through Microsoft?
It's through
right
Clay, Jeff.
Clay?
So the first thing I was showing you is Clay. Now this is Smart Lead. So I can plug in Smart Lead to, I could plug it in right to here now and shoot my campaigns out and test them. So what we're doing was we're testing them in batches of 50 in different sectors, healthcare, hospitality, because what they offer is decommissioning, LTL, all the supply chain solutions, right? So we're going to test little pockets. Once we collect that data to see where it's coming back good for us, for that company to win more business, then we will hit those pockets hard because now we have our list already created. But then going back here, we'll set them up on, like they wanted 412 domains. So now we will hit all those different sectors, healthcare, hospitality, you name it, manufacturing.
What is this? What is this one right here, though, Dom?
This is Smart Lead.
Smart Lead.
But we do it strategically to where we have Outlook inboxes and then Google inboxes. Because depending on the size of the company, we want to make sure we land in the inbox every time. Hyper personalized. But even better than that is we're setting up triggers. So for an example, if I have a guy right now that left, I should see if I can get him on the call. Let me get him on the call. He joined me. He left Ford Automotive Yeah, you guys should, I need to get them on this call because you guys got to hear what we're doing right now because this could help a lot of you. While I'm doing that, what's working for you guys?
Well, now I feel like like I'm not doing much. Okay.
Picking up the phone still is doing a lot
Yeah.
compared to most.
I actually had an email convert into a sale, so that was something new.
What was it,
Congrats,
Andy?
I said I had an email convert into a sale.
Yeah.
Sending 10,000 a month. Finally, one came through.
Are you sending 10,000 a month?
Yeah.
Are
Maybe
you
a
doing
little
this like a
less,
lead
maybe
list type
6 or
or
7,
smart list?
but I use Instantly.
Okay.
Instantly is just as good. Same thing.
Okay.
Like 14 domains. I think 3 email accounts per domain.
I'm gonna share something. I normally don't share numbers, right? But I just want people to see that in a market where everyone says it's tough and they're struggling. I showed this to Brent this morning. We made 100K last week alone. So there's money to be made
You made 100K last week?
last week alone.
Wow.
Brent?
Yeah. Which is kind of cool because I lost about half that much in deals that went sideways on Friday.
So that sucks.
Oh, you don't even want me to, if I added the deals, the couple of deals I lost? Yeah.
That's
We're
why I was
talking-
drinking so hard before the UW Ohio State game. I was drowning my sorrows.
This is not to brag or anything. This is just to show you guys, like, the money's out there. This is last week and I already been paid.
Wow.
Brent, you're a Buckeye?
What's that?
So Brent's a Buckeye?
No, I'm
He's supposed to be because he owes me a bet because we destroyed his Washington team.
I'm
And
the
now he's supposed to
Buckeye.
be wearing a Buckeye shirt today. I gotta order him one.
wow.
I
Yeah,
love
but
it.
you know what? If your Tigers get to the playoffs, the Mariners will go double or nothing on that.
Okay.
You'll just be a total Detroit, Ohio State Detroit fan, huh? You'll be
Yes, just living in misery.
Yeah. So yeah, I sent actually, I have a McKinsey style prompt I can send you guys. It's pretty good for market research. I did it for Brent. Remember when I sent you, Brent?
Yeah.
It's good. It's a really good prompt.
that'd be awesome, Tom.
Let me find it. I save all my prompts and there's a it's called Superhuman AI. If you can sign up for that newsletter, it's amazing. Every morning it's a quick 5-minute read for me. But it shows you new AI tools that are coming out. Where's the prompt? So here it is. Prompt is adopt the role of a McKinsey senior partner with 15 years advising Fortune 500s. Your mission: create a comprehensive executive-ready strategic report using McKinsey frameworks and methodologies. And then everything else you can see here. I'll put it piece by piece because I'm sure it all won't fit.
Hey, Dominic, what tool is this that you're using?
This is just a prompt that you can put into any of the LLMs.
Okay.
You putting this prompt into the chat, Dominic?
Yeah. This is a great prompt.
And seeing what you're doing with technology, I'm really starting to think that my parents raised me Amish because all the stuff goes over my head. It's like light years ahead of me.
Brent, this was all over my head a couple years ago until I went 2 years deep into rabbit holes. And I'm not joking. I spend at least a couple hours a day learning AI.
I have a buddy that I used to work with at Oracle that's building something like this. He's a genius.
Yeah. So another thing I wanted to share with you guys, I have access to right now. Is anyone familiar with Jeff K? David, are you? Next Level Exchange, Sanford Rose.
Yes.
I've heard of Sanford Rose. Yeah.
Yeah. He just did a seminar I wasn't able to attend, and got the replay for it. So I'll look for it in my email. I'll post it in the chat for people.
Great. So I'm talking to them right now. They want me to review all their training and add in where AI fits into that mix. Let me find it, but I'll show you. It's actually really fucking good. Most of the training that you see from these coaches, right? Garbage. This is really good. Talks about market mastery, has workbooks. It's really good. And then when I was talking about the AI piece, he's like, yeah, we need to have a different conversation. Let me find it.
That next level exchange, they've got a bunch of training on there, but they almost have too much where it's like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, it took
Yeah.
me
Like you don't
4
need to
years
go on there and
to
do everything, right? Like this is what it is, though. It's really good, especially this one. So they want me to review all this, and I go, I don't have time, but they're paying me, so. And they want to buy me out and put me in the Starfish Partners group, but I said, Jeff, why would I don't really need to do that. But just for example, this course work right here. So it's good. It has all the video modules and then workbooks on the side here.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one of the workbooks. Like to know your market inside and out, right? Especially if you're bringing on new people. This would be good for you, right?
Yeah. Huh.
It's a lot of training. Like I have it going on in the background while I'm working, but a lot of it, I end up stopping what I'm doing to listen to because it's actually really good. And it's a refresher because a lot of the stuff we forget, right? We just do it naturally, but you forget. And I'm like, hey, if I had to bring somebody on and train them, how would I do that to at least follow what I'm doing? As long as they get the basic fundamentals down,
Mm-hmm.
and they can teach them the rest on the AI side. This is really good. And then, let's see. Oh, this one. It's all about like to get to the way. I don't know if anybody knows how they work, but they have Sanford Rose, Direct Recruiters Inc. To get to the Starfish Partners level, you have to be doing a certain amount of money, and you have to really be super niche and dominate your niche. So it's kind of like a training. Once you get through Stanford Rose, if they like you, then they'll bring you into Starfish Partners, where you get a big piece of the pie. I really like everybody there. The people I've met, I met the entire executive team. These guys know what they're doing. They have 177 search firms there, 45 on Starfish Partners. The one I really like in here talks about the psychology. But I don't know how much I'm supposed to share that, but I will. Once they give me access to everything to allow me to share it, I'll share it. But Andy, how's it going for you?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm actively working on 3, looking to close 2. Just had a couple close last week. So yeah, things are going good. That new pricing model has made me way busier than I expected.
And then you can start to turn it back up and say, hey, now we're too busy.
Yeah, exactly. But don't want to put the cart before the horse, because there is definitely, with the pricing model, I'm even finding even though it's like relatively cheap for companies, they're pricing out a lot of roles. So maybe morphing to more of an hourly, right? So just kind of working through some stuff.
Try it all.
What's your pricing model now?
I just do 10K flat fee, any role.
Regardless of what the salary ends up being?
Doesn't matter. And
are they paying you up front for anything?
I do 50% up front, 50% upon offer letter being extended. Yeah.
Not start date?
No. Because
What
if
if they
they
don't
send an
show up?
offer letter and then they fuck it up on their end, I'm not going to be held accountable for that. So
it's only to that point. It's not even acceptance. You're not even worried about acceptance. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Huh.
So you wait till you receive that first 50% before you start working on anything?
No. I give so I milestone it in my contract. I put in there once the job description's built, I share with them the Loxo campaign. I've started to name gen, and they start seeing traction. I invoice the first 50% and then do a net 30. So then it gives them time. And then, I usually present 3 to 5. Once they go to offer with 1, then I'll send the next invoice. I don't hold them to I work on the role until it's closed. But
It's like a sourcing services type deal, like an RPO almost.
And the other thing too is because Dom and I have shared contracts, we both have it written and they're basically the same. My guarantees become null and void if they don't pay on time. And 90% of these fuckers don't pay on time. So all my guarantees, and I usually still hold to it unless the client is terrible. But yeah, so I just like getting it out there right away.
Andy, what size companies revenue are you selling into?
Man, I got one that I just launched, which is a 3 to 8 million in revenue. PE firm just bought them, and then I've got over $1 billion with so it's all across the board.
And in the $1 billion one, you're dealing with the hiring manager, and you were able to get contracts and get that all in that at $1 billion.
That company is founder owned, and it's a husband and wife, and they basically micromanage the shit out of it. So their head of HR is our point of contact, but they basically still sign all the contracts, run all the calls. Yeah.
Wow. Jeez.
I know.
You're going to start to see a lot of 1, 3, 5, 7, 10 person companies that are $1 billion plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's probably going to be happening really, really soon here.
I wish I was joking, but they just bought a second Gulfstream to fly their meditation crew around when they go on vacation.
Well, if they got an extra opening, I'll work for them.
Zach and I are talking to Gulfstream.
Yeah, we talked to Gulfstream. Yeah.
When did you talk to them?
So they were my account for 3 years. So I have an in with their VP of talent.
Okay, nice. My dad used to be the head of sales there many years
Oh,
ago.
really?
Yeah.
I'm sure you made a pretty penny.
Yeah, many years ago.
That's crazy, Andy. That's awesome.
Yeah, I actually, when I was in high school, I flew on Tom Cruise's plane before he did.
No way.
Yeah, they took it
Don't
up,
tell him that.
and I just happened to be there for lunch with another buddy, and my dad's like, "Jump in!" So we did like a quick like circle around the airport and landed it. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
It's a fun story.
That's awesome. Zach, what obviously you brought on Jeff, so what's your plan now?
Yeah, we're actually trying to figure that out a little bit. Like where we're kind of stuck is like we're real. I've always been focused on the healthcare IT space, and it's a very insulated, like 400 clients. That's all there is that I want to sell to. And so it's like, Jeff doesn't have a lot of healthcare experience, but he's got this other enterprise application experience and sales experience in rec tech. And it's like, do I deploy him into new verticals, which we've been sort of doing already, or do we bring him into the healthcare fold, or do we do tangential healthcare, like not the provider side, but more on the payer side, or health tech, or other kind of ancillary areas there. So that's kind of like we're kind of messing around with a few things, even clinical, potentially doing direct recruitment for clinical roles within the hospitals. I'm just like trying to figure out where we need to deploy him and really double down, basically.
What do you think?
We're talking to really big companies. This is the problem. Jeff knows a lot of people at really big companies, and Bloomforce isn't a really big company. So what ends up happening is like, it becomes tough, because then if there's like MSPs or VMSs or whatever, right, then they become
We run into
gatekeepers at some point, or they start to get protective, and it gets weird.
Yeah, like we're working through Allegis, hopefully with this next deal that we're about to close. So
Oh yeah, I hate working through MSPs though.
yeah,
That's what I'm worried about. And it's like, I'd rather get back to that smaller client that's like a little, where we can work really with the hiring managers and not have that intermediary.
I mean, think about this. It's how hard is it to get feedback sometimes from some of these hiring managers when you work directly with them? Now, imagine going through Adecco, Aegis Worldwide, Allegis, Kelly Services. It's awful. I went around for Lear Corporation when I was doing automotive. I emailed the head of global HR and I said, listen, I'll do your supply chain roles separately, but I'm not dealing with Adecco. They fucking suck. They're so slow. They don't care.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. They don't care. What do they get? 2% on every deal? It's like,
Yeah.
Sometimes you get those big accounts too. It's like, if you do $1 million plus with them, you got to give them a rebate. And I'm like, no thanks.
That's crazy. And then, what they also want is, I think the client we're talking to, they want like long-term contracts, which is nice because I already do contract, right? So, but it would be nice to have 2-year-long contracts for some of these roles. But I mean, I don't know. We have to work through them, and it's everything is very convoluted when we have, like, who handles the background checks, and then we have to screen people, then they screen, then the client screens, and I don't know. It's kind of a weird process. So we're working through that, but I don't know. That's what we've been focused on. We're trying to kind of narrow it down, but while we're narrowing it down, we're kind of doing pilots across each different area to see, hey, what works, what feels right, and we'll kind of see what we end up with.
Yeah.
I wish I could find some billion privately owned companies.
They're out there.
They are out there.
I got one in my backyard, Uline, sort of. They're in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin.
I know Uline.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, where do you live?
Crystal Lake, Illinois, which is basically Milwaukee.
I went to UWM. My wife went to Marquette.
Who lives in Crystal Lake? Jeff?
What's that?
You live
Yeah,
in
Crystal
Crystal Lake
Lake,
too? I do as well.
Hey, let's party. Let's go to the cottage. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
yeah.
There's so many people here. This
I
is a
know.
big
It's crazy, yeah.
There's another one that Dominic and I are eye on, where there's another gentleman, Ernie Morano, who's from Crystal Lake also.
Oh wow, yeah. So
I didn't know
I'm
Ernie.
in the process of moving. I'm at the corner of Caroline and Paddock, right by Central.
Okay, nice.
Yep,
I'm off of McHenry and Barlina.
I know exactly where you are.
So let's go to you, David. What do you got going on? David's a master sourcer.
I am doing a bunch of fractional sourcing right now, doing a bunch of name generation for a really cool role. It's a AI startup. It's basically someone building some AI agents with bleeding edge models that are open source. And it's for a company that is in they deal with like chemicals and whatnot, like environmental regulation. So I'm basically partnering with a former colleague of mine who serves for startups and help do the name generation and reviewing hundreds of profiles a day, which is mind-numbing after a while. So I do this because Dominic's on top of AI, and I'm an IT guy by trade. So used to be a hacker and do a lot of research and whatnot. I've done full life cycle recruiting, and I started off in executive search, so kind of doing my own thing. And at some point, I might have to do some business development, but I would rather kind of work on the delivery side because that's where my comfort lies, I guess. But I like innovative people and collaborating and helping people out. So that's how I joined, because Dominic's awesome at what he's doing. So I'm involved with some other AI. It's called Lex Duo. They deal with.
Were you about to say Tenzo?
No, Tens Torrent. That's the AI startup with that most recently. So
okay.
Another cool place. But
has anyone ever heard of Ascendia?
I have not. There is a training that Lex Duo is doing. They've got a gentleman who works for IBM that does trainings. He's had over $1 million of his AI training. It's specifically designed for the recruiting sector. So if anybody here is in that space and doesn't do business development outside of the search world, it might be something to take a look at. It's going to be, I think, on October 8th.
Stuff.
I'll get the link if you're interested. I'll get it to Dominic.
Yeah, thank you. Brett, what's going on with you? Besides being a loser in Washington.
Dude, everything's exciting in Seattle, man. The Mariners in the playoffs for the 6th time in 50 years of existence. So, yeah, dude, it's all good. Besides losing to Ohio State last week, we're getting over that one. No, all good. I'm doing the opposite of all y'all. I'm doing heavy phone calling because I'm in the construction side, and like the people I'm calling on LinkedIn, they've got like 17 connections, or some people don't even have connections. I'll call up and I'll be like, find out who I want to look at. And it's like, okay, that person's non-existent on LinkedIn. But just, Seattle's not that big. It's 800,000 in the city and maybe 3.5 million in the metro area. So I can easily drive to every single client and walk into them, and just, I've got a list of 200 that are under 200 employees with less than 2 HR people. So
where are you getting the contact information, like a cell phone for somebody that has 17?
Apollo.
It has it for the people that have 0 connections.
Yeah. Well, they're not even in like this one guy's not even in Apollo, but that's why I want to walk in there, because I don't mind walking into a company. I used to do telecommunication sales where I'd walk into companies, and it was just a brutal job back in my 20s, but it paid well. But it's like, okay, if I'm going to walk in there and get an MSA with them and make a 20 grand placement, 25 grand placement, it's like, why would I not? That's easy. If they're not on LinkedIn, all the easier. Less people are reaching out to them.
if you need contact information, there's a great contact information funding tool that is fairly new, and it's really cheap. I have it as a backup to my other ones. It's called Wiza, W-I-Z-A. And you can find work emails, personal emails, and personal cell phones.
Really?
Yeah. Hey,
Okay.
hey,
Thank
my
you for
good
that.
buddy Dan Steinler, he runs CCR Search. He's up here in Northern Illinois.
Check out Boomerang too for getting emails and phone numbers.
Yeah, so CCR, they do construction recruiting too. So I helped him get in with DPR construction in Tudor Perini. He just uses Career Builder, Monster, and ZipRecruiter for these it's like MEP, mechanical, electrical, plumbing.
Yeah.
A lot of journeyman electricians. So I mean, just the old platforms are working for him.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm thinking about going and doing also like engineering and architects do AEC, which is a broader umbrella, because in the Seattle environment, construction's not insanely hot. It is for like the trades, like the plumbers and electricians, but a lot of the folks, like there's just not the building going on in Seattle that there used to be. There's just a lot of regulations, and with interest rates where they are, I'd love for the Fed to lower interest rates by 50 basis points, and then it'd be like, okay, this is killer. A lot of projects would start up. But if I did the AEC, I could do, really good, speak to civil engineers and do all that.
Yeah.
I put this in the chat. This is cool. It doesn't have Wiz on here, but yeah, Wiz is one of the ones I use in Clay. But like, so you have to figure out which one's best for your industry. But I'm actually thinking about buying Bright Data.
What is it?
Bright Data.
Bright Data?
Yeah, but we're doing something completely different. Like we are building, because I think Tom's on the call. All these ATSs, they're so expensive. I did one with a symbol and they wanted like 35,000. So that new guy that I brought on my team, he was on the AI strategy consulting team at Ford. Oh, Brad, you're on. Brad, jump in here.
All right,
Tell them
cool.
what we're doing.
Well,
You talk about brilliant in AI. This is the frickin' guy right here.
thanks, Tom. Yeah, so a while back I was at Ford Motor and cooking up the AI strategy there, but really kind of fell into that because of my enthusiasm for artificial intelligence and just some of the side things I had been working on and all this stuff. And then I don't know, a month or two ago I linked up with Dom and he told me some of what he's working on. I'm not at Ford anymore and have been trying to do my own startup to automate social media posts. And I heard some of what Dom's doing, and so what we've been trying to do is actually build a database with some of this enriched data, but something that we own and control, and then can take actionable stats on that through whatever outreach automation. So that's been the project we've been kind of heads down on for a little while here now, Dom.
Yeah, you want to share your screen? Just show them some of the workflows, some of the scrapers. I mean, he's the back end piece that I needed, and it was perfect timing that we came. So now we are starting another entity. It's called Lazio Partners, and that's going to be our go-to-market RevOps, our own personal database. But
yeah, so here's one I've been cooking up over the last couple of days. It's got a couple problems right now, as you can see from the error, but I'm working through that. So the idea of this particular one is that we'll do a Google search.
Is that N8N?
Yeah. So what this does is it pings a Google API and says, hey, what do you see in the news for companies that are closing down or relocating? And so it'll give me a nice list of
for context, this is for one of our logistics clients to set up a signal intent triggers to scrape all the information on the web so we can enrich their CRM to say, hey, Jeff, call these guys right now. They got an opportunity for you to win business. Way ahead of anyone else that would even know that kind of data.
Yeah, so it goes through and gets the Google search results. So that's kind of all this gobbledygook that you see here. And then we take an additional step of running it through an LLM to pre-qualify it. So we say, hey, read this article for me, or read this search result page and tell me if this presents an opportunity for our client that wants X, Y, and Z. And then it either will kick it out or pass it along. And then if it passes it along, it will then go to another workflow that enriches it with your company information and registers it as a trigger in our database that we can present to a client. So that's just like one example of something that we're working on and trying to get some more unique data sources and angles on things than some of what's out there already.
What?
Yeah. When it comes to
You
AI,
need to read it one more time.
Brad's got it.
I'm sorry, what's that?
No, I said when it comes to AI on the back end, nobody's better than Brad. So, for example, tell them about the call transcriptions, putting in the database that we want to do.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I just had a call with Di on that this morning. So, what he's kind of working on, and I'm helping him with, is taking telephone calls that have been transcribed, and then we're putting them into a searchable database. So I don't know how AI savvy everyone on this call is, but we're using RAG to make embeddings of the calls. You can search based on the meaning, not on the keywords. And then using that to pull together information that's a little bit more structured and provide insights based on those conversations. So not a keyword search, but there's a question on what LLM models we're using. So right now for testing, and while we're paying for it, I've got a server set up in my basement, and we're using Quinn. But I think in production, when we start doing this for clients and using their API keys, we'll probably use OpenAI stuff.
And for those that don't know, Quinn is an open source, very bleeding edge Chinese model.
Yes, that's right.
Show them the custom database with all the LLMs you have. This is the custom server.
Let's see. Which one are you talking about? The
one they had to log into yesterday.
Oh, okay. I might be able to do that. I'm having some trouble on the Mac. It's so we'll see.
We gotta get you more computers.
Yeah, the problem is I have 3 computers running on the one.
So you're building actual agents then?
Yeah, I'm building a database. We'll be able to put out on the web if we want to, and potentially sell API key access to. I've been having trouble logging into it from this computer dump, so I won't be able to show it yet.
Oh, no worries. So David, not only are we going to be able to use this internally, but we're going to be able to go and sell this as a SaaS model to supply chain logistics companies.
Fantastic. Cash cow for you guys.
It's totally not limited to one industry. Like the workflows are the same. That's where we're starting and where we're going to get a foothold in. But the logic behind all of these is going to work the same across industry.
Yeah, I could see the application for sure, especially if you, with the architecture and tool choices you have.
Yep.
Yeah. David, we'd love to get you on one of the calls just to get some feedback on some of the stuff we're doing.
Absolutely. I'm I was telling them I'm working on an AI agent, AI agent using the bleeding edge models right now, a search for a company. So that's the only reason why I know about some of this stuff. And I've been viewing hundreds of profiles a day, so it's interesting to see it's in use case that actually.
Hey, I cannot encourage you enough to use N8N.
Yep, I'm going to be taking a course on it really soon.
Yeah, because I had not heard of N8N. I know my ad's been like in code, writing like bare metal code on things to do this stuff for a long time. So I've been like singularly obsessed with that. And then Dom's like, well, if you look at N8N, and it was just like eye-opening to me and so much faster than trying to write the raw code for this stuff.
Everything's moving so fast. If you're not learning AI, I don't care what industry you're in, you're going to be left behind. I have a computer science degree, and I used to work in IT, but I'm not a coder, or I was a coder, but I suck at it. And so I've been in recruiting for 23 years, but just jumping back into this, and the fact that non-technical people are learning this and are leading the charge, it's awesome to see. So
dude, I'm a strategist with an MBA from Ross. Like, I'm not a software engineer. But 100 years ago, I was an electrical engineer, right? And not for very long. But so I've had my exposure to this coding stuff.
But Brad was telling me about these consultants would come into Ford, and kind of like what I gave you, Brent, like that overview of the market and construction. These companies would be charging $1 million. We're doing it for
or more
nothing right now. Or more.
Yeah. Sometimes
wait
tens of millions.
Wait till they see what we have when we cook this up. Nobody will have anything like it.
But like the cool part of it too, what I've seen, like, as I've jumped into this use of data, is that there is this cottage industry of go-to-market engineers, as they call themselves. So doing a lot of lead generation, automated lead generation, and what I've noted is a lot of them are using the same tools. So my big fear in that space is that it's going to quickly become commoditized. So what I'm trying to do with Dom and Di is, yes, offer that stuff, but then take it the next step and look at unique ways of tackling some of these sales questions, or potentially other areas as well, to effectively automate business processes and drive down cost or drive up revenue for customers. And so that's sort of where we're like, okay, yeah, we could do the Clay table stuff, but we could take it a step further and write our own APIs that can further enrich the data or have signals that the others aren't using.
And tell me again what the sentiment coming out of the recorded phone calls, like what are you going to do with that data?
So the idea is to like extract the zeitgeist of what people are talking about, and what's on people's minds, and then I think what Di is going to do with it right now in early days is use it to generate content, relevant content. LinkedIn posts, automatic LinkedIn posts, things like that. But in the future, it could be, you could tie in with like a real-time audio bot or something like that, and create an MCP server around it so that your audio bot could interact with that and pull information real time. So, one of the examples that Don presented, which the same technology would work for, is to say, hey, I'm having a call with a client, and they're giving me information about some position they're trying to fill. The chatbot's listening in on that, and maybe it's not talking, but it's listening, and then it's doing back-end queries on this data set that are put together and presenting it to you in real time. So that's one of the areas where kind of like listening in on the phone calls, embedding this information, could be really useful. So kind of like putting up against any kind of data set.
Think about this, and this is what I was telling Jeff K. And I was saying, Jeff, with all your training that you have, you can put in an MCP server with every objection out there, right? You can, and Jeff, you would know this too, is you can have any sales methodology, Challenger, Medic, you name it, spin, and you can have it broadcast. So you can go back to hiring entry level college, whoever, right? Whoever needs a job, whatever. If they're good communicators, good on the phone, it's broadcasted right in front of their face on a screen, similar to Cluey, in real time with every objection possible. And then to spit it out on your company documents, your brand, everything that you're going to be needing for that conversation, right in front of your face, real time. All you have to be able to do is read the screen in front of you that they don't even see on your screen. Now think about how you can, by recruiting firms, scale that up quickly with a slim and lean team.
There's also definitely, depending upon how you structure this, if it's catered specifically towards GTM and sales, another easy, logical place you can slightly tweak it would be for the recruiting side as well.
Yeah.
Candidate finding.
Hey, Dom,
Yeah.
I actually uploaded some documents and did a prompt for Cluey to overcome objections when you're marketing an MPC. And then we did another one that reminds you what questions to ask when you're interviewing a candidate.
That's great. That's so that's
Cluey's
exactly what,
fucking awesome, dude. I was testing it yesterday. I gotta work on it a little bit because the rebuttals were a little too long. So I gotta kind of like, you know, have it paced for the conversation. But it absolutely can do that. And it was referencing the rebuttal sheet that I made. It's got send me a resume, we don't have any openings, and you need to talk to HR, and the 3 rebuttals that are under each one. So when I was testing it with the other person, it would throw the rebuttal up when he said, yeah, send me a resume, boom, the rebuttal pops right up in front of you. And like you said, they can't even see it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Tom, too, is not only was I thinking use case for supply chain logistics companies, but also for recruiting. And then we can go and solve that. And that's why I think everybody that joins these calls, like, we would love to get your feedback, insights, and as we build it out, create our own. We don't need a Cluey. We'll build, Brad could build our own.
Yep.
Yeah. All that stuff that I show him, he's like, yeah, I can do that in 2 seconds. I'm like,
Not all of it. Not all of it.
not all of it, but pretty quick. Pretty quick.
Thought you had a challenge for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Who
think you
else?
can build it that fast, and then you get into it, and you got to work out those bugs too.
Gail, how's BD for you besides catching fish?
Catching fish. Fuck, I just added it to my LinkedIn posts, or my LinkedIn comments, right? I need an AI LinkedIn comment or just post pictures of me catching fish.
Here, hold on. Got something for you. They want me to be a sponsor for them. What the hell is it called? Find it. Check out this tool. Just met with the CEO yesterday. Pretty cool. I just put it in the chat there, but I'll pull it up on my screen.
Interesting. What's he
So
trying to charge?
You can go, well, he's giving it to me for free, but I just got to make a post about it. But first I told him, before I do that, I need to make sure that I like it and something I put my name behind. Because, you know, people will just go out there and say, oh, yeah, I love this tool, but do you actually use it? What are the use cases? You know,
Yeah.
it's like Tom and
Unlimited LinkedIn.
I could say whisper flow. Sorry, what was that?
It says unlimited LinkedIn invites. I wonder if they get around LinkedIn's
Good luck with that.
limit.
Jobin's been doing that for years, and they can't get around it now.
These
Yeah.
guys have been doing this for a year. They've never, they limit you. It's not.
Okay, so it's 50 a day,
Yeah.
50 a week. That's it. I mean, Jobin figured it out for a while, and then I don't know what they did, but I've had conversations with them. We haven't figured it out yet. They really clamped down on that.
And
But what I like about this one is you can spy on competitors, their posts. You could pull, you know, who their connections are, and then spin that up into. He was showing me the use case. I got it recorded. It's pretty pretty cool.
Yeah, David, weren't you a black hat? Can't you jailbreak this for us?
Not a black.
And it gives you up
And Dom,
to date. It was, what's that?
can you integrate this with Loxo yet, or is it still manual?
I don't know, because when I was trying to sign in yesterday, something happened. So he had to give me my new login. 1 second, let me get water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
there's,
currently
there's another
I've got
one like that where you search other people's LinkedIn for their competition and stuff. And I just was reading about this the other day, and I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, if you guys follow the social media examiner podcast, Ankit Singhal is doing a lot of AI content, and he's got a good strategy that Mr. Beast basically uses for his content strategy. And if this is good at scraping other LinkedIn posts and measuring the engagement, it might be a useful tool.
Yeah, you can give it a 7-day free trial.
Yeah.
29 bucks a month.
I'll give it to a team member. I don't need another 7-day trial in my life.
I know, I hear you.
Yeah.
Brad, can you build this for us?
Yeah, that's right. It's multiple LinkedIn accounts. HubSpot, Calendly. Okay.
I mean, we could. I think we could do LinkedIn automations.
He doesn't have
Yeah.
for me a LinkedIn Recruiter Pro though, and I said, all right, well, I need you to build that out. He goes, I'll build it out for you if you need it. But it's pretty cool. The use cases he was showing me, and I'm like, wow.
And he's got it integrated with HubSpot. Is anybody running HubSpot right now, or go high level? Jeff, you're running HubSpot?
Yes.
And you're integrating with another ATS?
HubSpot and Create. Zach, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, let's Zach take that.
And then do you have anything on your website that triggers when a client visits?
Yes.
Okay. And is that HubSpot native? I use God, what is the one I use?
Use this one, Kel.
I believe
We've been using Kale. We've been using Zoom Info for that. This thing they call websites on Zoom Info.
Yeah. Get this. This is way better.
Yeah.
Because you can spin. If somebody comes to your website, you can spin up a message to them immediately. Throw them in a Clay table, analyze their profile with your API, see if they're an actual customer or just somebody visiting. If they're a potential customer, boom, shoot out a message, enrich your CRM to alert your team to call that person. Because the data shows if you can call within 5 minutes, the percentages are way higher of closing that deal.
And Jeff, what are you using?
Same as Zach. So I report to Zach. So we use HubSpot, Zoom Info, and Create, and I believe the website analyzer piece is through Zoom Info.
Yeah, it didn't. They weren't doing it for Canada. Zoom Info. I'm a small shareholder in Warmly, which is RB2B's competitor. So,
Okay.
Are you using Dom? Are you using our RB2B?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, for clients. But you want to see a sweet CRM.
Dom, does it identify the actual person? Because ours is just letting us know the company.
So Warmly tries to. I mean, I can show you. Don't start spamming my website visitors. Let me log in.
I used to sell this stuff at Oracle. It definitely exists.
This is an amazing CRM that's new and up to date. 52 million backed by Google Ventures, Series B. If you know how to run Clay tables, I would highly recommend learning this. I'll let you share, Kel.
Yeah, sure.
Rocco, can you grab me a water, please? Water.
I know. I mean, which actually worked out really nice because
See this one? Yeah. Yeah, so you can see the people who are on our website. It's not 100% correct, but
It's kind of blurry for me. Oh wait, it's coming in a little.
Yeah, a little blurry.
yeah, so you can. So it's the free version. So it's giving you an email address there, and then it's LinkedIn as well. You can see what pages they're visiting. Paid
And do you
version
have
is
to
super expensive.
embed something in your DNS? Is it how when you do the setup for this, or is it just?
Yeah, it's
Or do
it's
you
just
literally
like it's just like a cookie on your website, right? It says, you know, if somebody's come to you from Facebook or you want to retarget with Facebook, so they just give you a code and you just put it in your WordPress site or whatever your site is.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Kale, you invested in this?
no, they just gave me some shares because I'm such a good-looking guy.
Oh, well, maybe I'll use that then.
But like the paid version is fucking spendy. But like, yeah, I mean, like some of these are really good leads. I just saw one there. I'm like, fuck, why haven't we jumped on that and humped it? Like, you know, like we really need to.
Maybe they could have given you the paid version instead of the shares.
Yeah, well, the paid version includes like a chat bot and everything.
Oh, really?
As well, and your HubSpot integration and stuff, right? So, you know, I gotta up my spend, I guess, on the tech stack, but I've never. Loxo and Link and HubSpot integration isn't great. All the candidates push to HubSpot, and then you're dealing with all these fucking records in your HubSpot, right? Which HubSpot's expensive, right? Like you're like,
yeah.
So, anyways, but I mean, we don't get a ton of visitors, but I did roll out 1,500 jobs in our website, so I was hoping that would pump it up, but I think Google is not giving me all the love I want for the 1,500 jobs we put on.
That's interesting. Yeah, we use HubSpot. We but I don't use Marketing Hub. I just use Sales Hub, like Professional, I think it is. But I don't know. I feel like HubSpot's getting expensive the more we start to use it.
Yeah, I mean, what are you at? Like,
I think I pay. I don't know what it was. I feel like it's like $350 a month, $400 a month per license.
Jeez.
And then you got your CRM or your ATS, and
I have
it's just
Prelate. Yeah.
Like I don't want a tech stack that's over $4,000 per employee per month. Like it's just.
Yeah, I want to get rid of Zoom Info eventually, but I don't know.
You got the group buy?
I have 2 licenses. I don't know. I pay a fortune. I think I pay like maybe something like 16,000.
Okay. Drop me an email and I'll hook you up with a group buy. You got to use a different email address, but you could just have an email forwarder.
Brad, do we need an API key for Zoom Info?
Yeah, it costs
I'd
more.
love to have one.
Yeah, their API costs like they were trying to charge me 4,000 or something to use it for the year. I can't remember.
And how many people can you extract with that?
I think it's whatever your license comes with or whatever. I don't know how many I get. I've never run up against it, honestly. And I need to figure out what it is before it renews so I can mass export, as much as I can.
That's why if you learn how to use the Clay tables, you'll save a lot of money.
Just with finding that stuff instead of Zoom Info, or with just keeping all that data in there?
Since you already have Zoom Info, just go and build out Clay tables and with your custom list, and then you want it to go when you have to renew Zoom Info. You don't need it anymore. Now you have all your lists of every segment, every market. Yeah,
that's a good point. I need to learn Clay. I did. I told you I messed with Clay for a while, and then I was spending all this money, and then I was like getting all into the, paying extra for all these credits and running pilots. I don't. It was getting out of hand, and I don't know.
You know what? A good trick this guy told me a
Reduce
long
your
time
credits
ago.
on Clay by using your API keys from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Gemini, and don't have to use any of the Clay credits. It will do 99% of the stuff that the Clay credits do, and you'll only be using usage, and it's extremely cheap.
Yeah.
Could you repeat that from not the whole thing, Tommy, but just like a quick summary on how you get around that? I missed the first part.
Okay, so in Clay, when you're doing something that requires you to use, for example, AI credits, right? So you can use the Clay OpenAI or Clay ChatGPT, whatever the hell they call it, and choose whatever model. But when you're setting it up, if you go to your integrations and click on Anthropic, OpenAI, and Google, you can put your API keys in, right? So I don't know if any of you use Typing Mind or use any of the Anthropic or OpenAI API keys. I do. I have access to 37 different large language models, and all I pay for is usage. So I'll use a ton of ChatGPT and Claude all month long, and it'll cost me $2.22, right? Deep research, the whole 9 yards. Well, those API keys can be used for all different types of stuff. I use it on Typing Mind. I use it for one of the Whisper Flow type apps. I use it for a web app that I built, and you can also use it for Clay. And it'll do all the stuff that the Clay agents do using ChatGPT, but you're only paying for usage. So, for example, if you're using it to, generate a new title, you want to clean the title up, right? If his title is Director of Accounts Receivables Northeast, and you want it to just make it Director of Accounts Receivables, it'll cost you like 0.00008 cents to do that one thing, right? So Clay credits, you'll blow through them so fucking quickly. Even the ones that say half a Clay credit or point whatever, they'll fucking blow through them. It'll cost using the API keys, you save so much money, and you can also choose which models you want to use, right? So for some of the deep research, you can use them. But you can get really granular and go to Open Router and get access to every fucking The only difference with Open Router is you're paying it's only 5%. It's 5% more for usage than you would go if you went through the different if you went through OpenAI and got 4.0, let's say it's 5 million credits are $10. On Open Router, it's $10.10 or something. That's the only difference.
Yeah, Tommy, thank you for that. I didn't mean to hijack that. So, Tommy, what I'll do, I'll send you a follow-up after this call. We'd love to reconnect.
I just helped someone change out an entire workflow where they were using all of Clay's ChatGPT bullshit and added all her OpenAI API keys, and it works fucking better and doesn't cost her anything.
Yeah, that's incredible.
The problem is, though, you have to pay for a $350 Clay level, right? You have to. That's where they get you, right? You have to pay for their $350 level and use API keys and integrations, because you could also use SalesQL's API key for enrichment, Apollo's API key for enrichment, ZoomInfo's API key for enrichment, right? So you can run those three in a waterfall using their API keys. I think for the API key for SalesQL, you get it's $100 a month, and you get 10,000 lookups or 8,000 lookups, and then I don't know what Apollo's is, but that's where they get you. They make you pay $350, but there's a lot of different ways you can get around spending Clay credits by using API keys for enrichment and for all three large language models, or as what's his name said, the Open Router for every friggin' model. I have Dolphin, Llama, Gronk, all that through Open Router.
Wow. Thanks, Tommy.
Of course. And guys, here, I'll drop my LinkedIn in here if anybody wants to follow up or needs help with this. I just come and listen because I do a show. Dom comes on Fridays, and so I'll host this sometimes when Dom's out playing golf and being a lazy piece of shit. But usually I'll just sit here and listen.
So, Tommy, you're in DC, so you're out with my old client CISA in the Department of Homeland Security.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm in Annapolis. My daughter lives off of Florida Avenue in DC. We go down there.
Okay. Yep.
Great.
There's a lot of steak dinners with the U.S. government. For years. Yep.
Hey, Tom, I don't know if you heard, but Jeff also lives in Crystal Lake, where Ernie and I live.
I heard you guys talking about that. Yeah. Yeah. The new recruiter, the Recruiter Central, Michigan.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Well,
That was here for
country.
recruiters. Crystal Lake.
It's a town of about 40, maybe 50,000 people, something like that.
Yeah, it's getting out of hand. We're huge now.
And Bradley, for N8N, are you just running it on like a regular workstation, or what are you running it on?
I'm using Railway. So we have our own deployment on Railway.
Oh man.
Dom, you're on mute.
And I want to know what you're saying because, yeah. Maybe he's on a phone call.
Oh, wow, we're waiting for it to come back on. If anybody here doesn't know what Typing Mind is, you need to check that out too, because you can get access to all the large language models and use your GPTs. You can convert them over to Typing Mind and use them on Claude, use them on Chat, use them on Llama, use them on whatever to see how they compare. Plus, they have an MCP server set up with inside of it for memory and Puppeteer, as well as RAG documents, a knowledge base, and you can also set whatever temperatures you want on your large language models. You can actually clone them and change temperatures on I cloned DeepSeek and changed the temperature and made one more creative and one not to see how they compare against one another. And it's like $100 for the lifetime key, and that's forever. And then you just pay for usage on whatever models you're using. And like I said, I spend, I use it a ton, both as API keys in different workflows, as well as my daily, because I'm stupid and I have bad grammar to fix everything. And my spend for, Claude, Gemini, OpenAI, all this, $4, $3, $7 a month tops. It's really amazing. If I had some subscriptions for all this, I'd be spending close to $100 a month.
What's that?
It said make sure you have ID because they check your ID at the front desk.
ID.
He's going to buy alcohol.
I gotta go to the kid's school and I gotta ask you for my ID.
Oh yeah, they gotta make sure who you are.
Yeah, you got going stealing
kids.
Dude, I had to get a
Yeah.
criminal background check to volunteer at my kid's school.
It's a fun run. I gotta say you gotta bring an ID. Never heard of that. But yeah, is that Brad? Is that what you were showing me yesterday, where we created all your own models inside of there? And what was that?
Yeah, it just it's a Docker container that you can download, and you can run your own. It's called, well, there's two of them. One's called Ollama. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but it's basically a wrapper for a lot of these so that you can self-host them. And the other is, I'm drawing a blank, Web UI or something like that, and it can work with Ollama. And so if you have like a gaming computer or a server with a GPU or something like that, you can install Ollama on it, and it will handle all the downloading of the models and all that stuff for you, so you don't have to like get into the code. But yeah, I've got that running on a computer at home to just kind of keep the cost down on some of this stuff.
You guys, I keep saying this, but like we have so many brilliant people in these rooms. And we all go and pay for all these damn tools. Why don't we just create our own tools? Like everybody's paying for this subscription, that subscription. It's like,
All this stuff is fundamentally just a wrapper around these foundational models.
I know it's like Recall AI for the note takers.
It's all the same 3-4 companies that are putting this stuff out, and they're just people doing creative things around it.
Man, well, thank you guys for enlightening me and Jeff over here, like two old geezers. You know, I feel like a real boomer out here. Just, you know,
You are a boomer.
Yeah,
got some
dude.
gray in my beard.
On
Yeah.
the computer, Zach.
Yeah, but Zach, I bet you're pretty
Yeah.
close to 60.
Oh man,
Zach, I feel so dumb when I'm around Brad on the AI side. And I feel like I know a lot more than most people.
You do.
He is on another level.
I remember
Man.
telling the CIOs going into that room and bringing my solution engineers in, thinking like, "Oh my God, please don't call on me. Just talk."
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
pre-sales guys, solutions consultants. Yeah.
I'm just here to
Ask
make
them.
sure that you like what you're seeing, and you have budget, and there's a steering committee, and you're going to buy it. Like if you ask me anything about like the
Jeff.
code or integrations, talk to him, talk to her.
Jeff, to me, the brilliance of enterprise sales reps is it's like a orchestration, right? Like they're pulling strings over here, getting the CFO at the table, getting somebody inside the company to champion it, keeping it all moving forward until they get that damn thing signed for that 3 or $100 million. There's nothing more beautiful. When I record all these sales calls with these guys.
Yeah.
These guys are just freaking dialed in, really fucking good at what they do. And they know all the game psychology, you name it.
Read the room.
Exactly. You know, my one buddy says, he walks in the room, he goes, they want to train on, he's an old school guy. He goes, they want to train you all these do this, that. He goes, you know what I say when I walk in the room? How can I help you? Like McDonald's.
Yeah. And then STFU is what I always write down.
Shut the fuck up.
I always write that
And
down.
listen. Yep. They'll tell you everything.
Yep.
Joe, I don't know if we met you yet, but if you want to jump in here and introduce yourself.
Hi, I joined last week just by phone. Joe Squara. I am a recruiter in the AEC space, focused primarily on data center construction and mission critical construction, which is things like battery plants, semiconductor plants, pharmaceutical. So the important stuff. I don't do any kind of residential or basic put up a building type stuff. So here to learn. Met a few great people last week, and already they've been very, very helpful to me. And today I was blown away at how ignorant I truly am.
No, we're all just learning every day, and that's what this group's for. And same with Tom's call, and tomorrow, everybody's
I look
just here
forward to
help.
it, and I appreciate being here.
I mean, this stuff's all moving so fast, and like the day I met Dom, he's like, "Hey, have you seen this?" I'm like, "No, I haven't." Like, and here we are. He said, singing my praises, and we all have a lot to learn from each other. Is the point?
Yeah, and this is a good group. Tim, you're on. Ryan, you're on. You guys want to jump in? Travis.
Yeah, I got a question. So there's a few companies I work with, Series A, that are going to be going through a huge hiring mode, and they don't have any recruiter. So they're kind of asking me like, "Hey, can you come on and fractional?" I can't do that for all the companies. Two of them compete against each other, whatever. But going in and setting up, and one guy that keeps coming back to me, he's just flooding my inbox and voicemails, is that James Blackwell, right? Where
Oh my gosh.
Forget it, right? So it's kind of that model that I want to bring into them. What's the best way to set that up? You know what I mean? Like, I know you've got to have all these experts in Clay. I don't, I'm kind of lost at this point.
Travis, shoot me a message on LinkedIn. I'll connect with you later. I got a perfect play for you.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Can I jump in on that? Because I was talking with someone about that just in the last week or so, and also ran a bunch of the James Blackwell stuff through my ChatGPT to get its opinion on, does that work? What do I do? How can I make it better? And it came back that what he's telling people to do is going to be commoditized very, very quickly, and that creating some sort of a niche for yourself in that could be extremely lucrative. But I'm still trying to, think through the processes, et cetera. But since you brought that up, and I've spent a bunch of time talking with my best friend online, and I won't tell you what I named her, but it's been very enlightening.
Hey, Joe, quick question, and not to hijack this. Your space is very niche. Have you worked with the DPR construction? I mean, they're building data centers globally right now for like the biggest.
I have not, because the biggest mistake that I've made in this business was I came from 25 years of information technology, services sales, outsourcing sales. So I spent my life dealing with the largest companies in the world in the financial services space. And I figured I could lift and shift that executive presence, type skill to this, and just knock my head against the wall going after the DPRs, the Mortensons, the Suffolks. I've not been successful in breaking through, and it's amazing.
I've been in a DPR. Maybe Zach, you and I can take that offline to see how we can kind of network together.
I hate going after the big companies too. I'm right there with you, Joe. I do work with some construction and engineering firms, and one of my clients is an $18 million design build contractor that paid me like 80 grand last year. I got a structural engineering firms paid me like 40,000, and they got like 25 people. I hate the big companies because they have all this talent, AE, and all that bullshit, and HR. I deal with the owners of the company, 2 interview hires, and they pay me in a week.
Yeah, I've been, you and I had actually talked about this a little bit online on Reddit. The last month or so, I have spent a lot of time rejigging my target lists and going after much smaller companies. But now I'm into the whole AI thing, and trying to figure out, okay, I've got an offshore researcher, I've got an offshore telemarketer / emailer. How do I put this all together and start to make some money?
Hey, you guys want a little tip on how to find small companies that'll pay fees with no HR, or even medium-sized companies with no HR people or 1 HR people?
The sales
Navigator. Yeah, you guys want to see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you were talking at the same time. What was the answer?
He's going to show you a way to target companies that have 1 or less HR people that you can get into. A sales navigator trick.
Okay, go to account filters, department headcount, human resources. 2 is going to give you 1 or none. So these are all the companies, right? And we want headquarters, United States. And we want industry, let's take construction. I'm going to look at avenue revenue, right, where we can look at company headcount, right? So we'll do company headcount. This is a sweet spot right here in construction. 51 to 200. You have 3,500 companies. 100 Trimble Civil. Now, some of these you'll find, if we run through this, you'll see there's one in here. It's an engineering firm that's owned by another company, like Turner International.
Mm-hmm.
This is part of Turner Construction, so we're not going to fuck with them. But you can look through and just see some of these companies and see, what they do. And they have, if we click on Verdicts Construction, 120 employees, you can see if they have an HR person or a talent person. It won't pop up. Now, you can also come over here and click job opportunities. So all these companies with 2 or HR people or less, 964 are hiring on LinkedIn. If we come back over to here, you want to go a little bigger, like, oh, I don't want to deal with those. We can come here to 201 to 5 and get rid of that. And now we have 79 companies hiring on LinkedIn, right, that don't apparently have any type of HR except for like 1 chick or 1 guy who does everything for them. These are the companies I like to go after.
Tom, since you have that pulled up, can you go to regular LinkedIn real quick? Do you guys know how to manipulate the URL for job postings?
No.
All right, let me show you guys a trick.
Yeah, that seconds thing you showed.
Yeah.
So where do I send my credit card for all the information I'm getting here?
Here, I'll give you my I'll give you my wife's Amazon account. You can start paying for all that shit. Okay, I'm done. Click jobs and just type in account executive. whatever job title you want.
Account executive.
So click date posted. Click 24 hours. Show results. Now go to the top URL.
Here?
You see where it says R86,400?
Yeah.
That's 86,400 seconds in a day. Now change that to 5,000. Just that number. Enter. And then this is how you can help candidates say, here's how you can get to the jobs before anybody.
So these were just posted in the last 500 seconds?
Yes.
5,000 seconds?
5,000
Hey, Alexa, how many minutes is 5,000 seconds?
5,000 seconds is 83 minutes and 20
So it's just 83 minutes.
Yeah,
Last
so
83 minutes.
go down. Like these are all sponsored. So the ones that are not sponsored, you'll be able to see it.
Oh,
There
there's
you go.
we go. He's here 1 hour ago.
Yeah, anything that's not promoted. Like try just type in a different job and then put in like 2,000 seconds. So this is a good way to do business development too, because you could call them and say, hey, hold on 1 second. Hello.
These were just posted, but they're all promoted. Here we go, 9 minutes ago.
Yeah. So now you can call that company or you get to their hiring manager and say, look,
19 minutes ago.
you're first to it.
19 minutes ago.
Oh, we just posted that. That's a good business development trick.
Yeah, I changed to 500 seconds.
Even whatever you want. It's just a good trick to use. A lot of people don't know about it. Don't share that with everyone before LinkedIn changes it on us.
That's a really smart idea. I had no idea. And you're right, for client, like my daughter's been looking in healthcare. And I should tell her, hey, put it in there and see if anything's posted in the last couple hours. Be the first one in.
Yeah, because then you're going to see 1,000 applicants, right? So if you can get to it first and you hit the key buzzwords to filter through on the ATS, there you go.
That was smart.
Forgive my ignorance, but I was under the impression that when when a company posts a job, that they're not in pain yet in terms of needing a recruiter. They're thinking that, oh, we're going to post it, we'll get exactly what we want. Otherwise, they wouldn't have posted it.
I am 100% behind you on that, my friend. I don't change jobs on LinkedIn unless they're like, I never do, but I always suggest for people chase the old ones. If they're still open and they got nobody applied, you're going to chase jobs. Please chase the older ones.
And Joe, I usually agree with that, and I also give this to candidates. But if I see it's a big company and then I see, hey, you guys keep posting it or it's reposted, then I'll tell candidates, hey, as you're looking at your job search, if I can't help you right now, here's a quick trick for you.
So is there a way to do this where you're creating a window to search through? So you have past month, do you have anything? Is there anything where you can say, okay, 30 to 60 days ago?
But Joe, two things: primary and recency effect. So be the first headhunter to reach out to the hiring manager, and then follow up. Because
Okay.
I'm never gonna fucking follow up. So hit them early, and then you hit them after all the other
That's actually
recruiters
a great idea.
spammed them, right? So primary and recency. I paid a lot for a university degree, and that was one of the 4 things that.
Guys, I have to jump, but you guys can stay on. Thanks again. Have a great call.
Project manager, highway design, Charleston, West Virginia, posted a week ago. 1 person clicked apply. That's a job you might want to call. Like, hey, you guys had it open for a week and 1 dude applied. Like, that's like, if you, I don't like chasing jobs, but if you were going to chase jobs, that's how I would do this. I wish there was a way to search older than a month or whatever, right? But at least I can search 10 applicants.
Comment.
Yeah, I could use comment for that. Like, It's early.
I just sent a screenshot of everybody on the call and sent everybody I'm not connected with a LinkedIn request and
Forget to do that.
and a follow-up email or a follow-up in-mail.
But you had Comet do that?
Yeah, comments. Fuck it. Kale's not knocking it out of the park with it. Some of the stuff he's coming up with. I've been using it since it came out, but Kale really knocks it out of the fucking park.
I think I need to get a new computer because I downloaded it and then it I don't know, my computer got all weird. Maybe I need a faster computer. Maybe
Are
I
you
don't
using
know.
a Mac?
I'm not. No, I have I don't know. I'm a boomer. I got an i7. I got a ThinkPad X1. It was expensive.
But I'm the same way. I just came from a company called Phenom, which is a Workday partner. It's like AI recruiting for TA and TM, and everyone in the company was super techie, but me. So they shipped me the Apple computer. I'm like, I have never worked on an Apple. I'm screwed.
I guess I need a Mac. That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, so here's the comment browser here, right? And what he would do is if I had Dom's meeting open, I open Dom's meeting on this, then I say it'll work.
Or
if doubles.
Or if you just all I did is I took a screenshot of the contributors in the meeting and I gave it the command, connect with these people on LinkedIn if I'm not connected with them. Make sure that they're a recruiter, a headhunter, or a business owner, right? Because I don't want to send it to fucking Zachary Alpern, who's
there is another one. Yeah. We share emails back and forth. Yeah.
And then send a follow-up. Good to see you on the, and I think I've got the wrong recruiter roundtable, but regardless, people are like, oh yeah, Gail was on that. Right. And that's
awesome.
Yeah. And it's, people can decline it or not, but as Tom says, every LinkedIn request, you get a message on your mobile, you get a message on your email, and then you actually see the person's face. It's 3 fucking impressions, right? It's 3 impressions, right? Where you're trying to get to 9 to be memorable. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's awesome, Kale.
And I've got a Mac with 16 gigabytes of RAM.
60?
No, 16.
Oh, 16. And it handles everything.
Yeah, it's a 2021, and I record videos that are like high definition and like hours long, and it turns through that. It can handle anything, right? If you can handle video, you can handle anything. So
I love it.
Exactly.
Well, thank you guys. Huh?
We may have to upgrade our hardware.
Yeah, I know, right? Jeez,
no,
man.
it doesn't take much because it's all running on their servers. Like I don't understand why Comet. I can take a look at what memory Comet is taking up if I remember the Mac version. I used to be a PC guy, right? Sorry. Yeah, I mean, Chrome uses up everything.
Yeah.
Where Comet, it's like 443 megabytes. And on the CPU level, I don't think it's much. Yeah, so I don't think that's your issue. Maybe just reinstall it and uninstall it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it now. That's awesome. Well, thank you guys. I'm gonna hop, but I really, this has been a super helpful call. I really appreciate all your knowledge, dropping it on an old guy like me.
Thanks everybody. Thanks Bradley for coming on.
Yeah, happy to join. Thank you guys.
See you guys.
Bye everyone.
Go Boston.